This is something interesting that I'm trying this for the first time. I'm not sure how successful I would be. This is just a prototype or a trial, you can say. I'll just give it a shot. So I'll show you in detail. Now this is something which I got the idea from another vlogger's post, Instagram post. You guys know him possibly, Revs Rider, Ravi Utkarsh. So he posted a photograph on Instagram that on this helmet, on this Steelbird AIR SBA-2. Now normally you don't have the option of putting a chin mount. And I initially posted a vlog with the camera connected here somewhere. So I did post a video. I will link it up. You can watch it. And that's when I had that thing before this wrapping thing got done. And thereafter I have not put any GoPro mount. There is a GoPro sticker, I know. But then again, I have not put a mount because I normally do not vlog when I wear this particular helmet. Mostly I vlog when I have to talk to you guys, the proper motovlog. That's when I use my HJC helmet. So way back when I was not into motovlogging, I had a HJC helmet. It was a knuckly HJC. So I had that thing. When I did the Gangotri trip, I had the SJ mounted on the visor of the helmet. The only drawback is the moment you lift up the visor, your mount goes, it shoots all the things up in the sky. And it's just a temporary workaround thing. And also your visor will have an imprint of the sticker, because the 3M tapes leave a good mark on the surface unless you're cleaning it with some alcohol base, like I do it with aftershave. So that's when I thought, I was just checking the helmet in detail, that can I not try a chin mount position on this helmet? And that's when I came up with this idea. Now mind you, the only negative side is that you won't be able to take the visor down completely, because there would be a good amount of gap between the visor, the actual visor and the chin area, because you cannot close it down properly. I'll show you. So here is what it is. It will look from the side. So that's the side view, and this is the front view once the visor is down. So as you can see, the visor will not go beyond that. Don't put any pressure, because it will break the visor. And here is the mount. This is where I have put the chin mount, and this thing is sturdy enough, so it fits nicely. I have used a curved mount because I have checked with both curved and flat mounts. The curved mount has a better grip. I will try and put a closer view. Hope the camera is focusing. And so that way I've put the chin mount here. So till here the visor closes perfectly fine. And as it is, I always maintain this much of gap so that the air can flow in. I know there are air vents up here, but then again, keeping a bit of air vents, a bit of gap here is always good. I do this with almost all my helmets, because since we don't have pin lock options, it will help you in not fogging up the visor when you breathe out. So that's why it should work fine. Yeah, in the winters it will just throw in too much of cold air, I understand that, but then again, I always wear a balaclava. So now what I will do is I will just put the camera here. I have my GoPro box. This is where I keep all my stuff, and I will put the camera here, and I will mount it, and I will show it to you guys that how it looks and how it feels. Alright, so let's put the camera on the helmet now. Now you can either use a J mount, or or what I have planned to use is, oh yeah, I particularly use this particular mount. Now this is a perpendicular mount. I possibly got it on AliExpress or Banggood or GearBest. I honestly don't remember, or maybe on Amazon India was it. So this is how it comes to. I found this interesting because this is just a direct perpendicular mount. As you can see, this is how it looks. This is what I will try and put it on the front part of the helmet, and then I'll try and put the Hero 4, the Hero Basic. Enough of talking, let's get into mounting this thing. Okay, now one important tip: when you do this, this portion has to face downwards like this, because if you do this, you cannot even bring the visor down, not even halfway. So make sure you put the visor, put the clamp like this way in, not the other way around. Yeah, that's snug fit sound. So now you can see this is how it looks from the side, and the visor comes down till here. So this is how you can. Now mounting the camera, you can either do it this way, or I normally do it this way. I like this view a lot because I've used this being used by Revzilla. They always put it on an inverted way, because not this one, but the Hero 4 has auto rotation option on by default. I mean, I keep it on because even though the camera is in an inverted position, the camera will shoot in a straight manner. I find that extremely useful, especially in this scenario. But anyways, if your camera doesn't have that option, so if I have to use this, the only thing that I have to do is in post, that I will have to change the entire degree, or like the angle, the rotation angle of the video. So I'll have to change it, possibly, I believe it's on 180 degrees, yeah. So let's try and mount this, because if you do this, what will happen is, I mean, you can mount, there's no harm in doing that, but the camera is facing, as you can see, it's like this. Now when we sit on the bike, our head is by default it's like this, slightly, it's like this, slanted on an angular form, because we don't keep our head straight like this, we do our head like this. So the camera will face like this and not this all the time. So if your camera is facing downwards already, then you cannot bring it up because it touches the visor, unless you are opening the visor, and then once you do this, you can do this like that. But in this case, as you can see, the visor will come down till here. You can do that if you want, I'm not stopping you, but then again, I prefer putting it on the inverted way. Stop that horn, it's so irritating. So as you can see, the helmet, I mean, when we wear the helmet, our head will be slightly angular like this. Now that way it can actually give you a fantastic angle, because the camera is still straight, pointing straight. So no matter how angular your head is, like you won't do like this, and if you do like this, it will actually pick up the dashboard of your bike, which is something we always want when we do speed runs. So this can actually give you a good angle. See, the J hook has a better angle than that one, but the thing is that again, the same problem you will face even after you're putting in the J hook, because the visor will come till here and it will get obstructed by the camera. So no point. I've actually mounted the GoPro on the helmet, and I will wear this and I will show it to you guys how it looks and how it feels, and some do's and don'ts. My ear's gonna hurt. So this is how it would look when you wear, and this is with the visor down. So this is how it will look when you are wearing the helmet with this particular thing on. So from the side, the angle will look like this. Now when you're riding the motorcycle, your head will be like this, in this angle. So the camera should always face straight, so that's when you will get the right angle, and actual footage will look pretty good. You will get the landscape, you will get the road, you will get the dashboard, the handle of the bike, everything. So that way I think it will fit the bill perfectly. And yeah, just make sure one thing, that when you're like, if you want to check something on the gas tank maybe, or something which is, when you're riding, something you want to take a look which is under your head level, so you're doing this, so this thing tends to touch your chest area. So see this, so this thing, keep that in mind, because if that happens, it will disturb the viewing angle of the camera. So if it touches, just make sure that you check it and adjust that particular thing, so that it brings back the actual view. Oh, it hurts actually. What happens is, if you're wearing this helmet without a balaclava, your ears get folded like this. So now I have shifted to the front camera and changed the resolution to 4K. The reason being, on OnePlus 5, when you're shooting in 4K, you get a lot better image stabilization or a video stabilization than you get in 1080p. So that's the reason.